Hello, everybody. Hello. Welcome to another episode of Spring Fever. As always, it is me, XFL Jim, joined by the one, the only. It is Uncle Rico.
Can you smell what the XFL is cooking?
I'm smelling it. Eric, because guess what? The XFL in week 2 went 2-0 now against the USFL.
You feeling it,
Tied
dude?
up. We're tied up.
You feeling
Tied
it?
up. 2-2. I'm feeling hot to trot.
Hot to trot. Okay. All right.
As always, folks, this episode of Spring Fever, like every episode, is brought to you by Royal Retros, your one-stop shop for the best merch in the game. XFL 2001, they got it. USFL 1980s, they got it. USFL and XFL teams that are no longer with us from the 2022 and 2023 seasons, they got it. Anything your heart desires can be found over at Royal Retros. And when you go to Royal Retros, make sure you use promo code SPRINGFEVER for 10% off. It's great, Eric.
It's good stuff, Jimbo. Good stuff.
You want to cop some Brahmas gear, maybe?
Oh, Jesus, dude.
For boy.
That was a bad showing last week, my friend.
They won, dude. They won.
They won? Oh, yeah. That was an epic comeback, dude.
Yeah, it was a crazy comeback. They had the whole comeback mechanic, Eric.
What am I talking about, dude? We hit it live, dude. Jesus, Eric.
Yeah, I hit it live at 15-1.
Get your life together. I just got plus 10.5 live.
It was great. It was great. Speaking of which, though, it's time to we'll start the show. We'll look behind us a little bit by looking at the most recent set of futures. Starting at the bottom, Houston Roughnecks now plus 2,200.
Just not any offense. Defense is good, but yeah, you just can't trust their offense.
Yeah, I can't trust their offense. We'll see how they look this week as we preview their game. I think they could actually improve with Reed Sinnett in there. Yeah, it sucks that what happened to Jarrett Garantano. I hope he's okay. His back, he looked fucked up during that game last week. But I think Reed looked good. He was running the offense really good. 2,200 though. Up next, tied for second to last. Both the Arlington Renegades and Michigan Panthers at 10-1, plus 1,000.
I think there's both. I think there's some value on both those good teams.
I would say there's more value on the Renegades. I need to see more, especially from E.J. Perry, but the Michigan Panthers offense as a whole, before I put any faith in them whatsoever. So this is all eye test. I haven't done the stats. But eye test-wise, the Michigan Panthers have one of the most stellar defenses in my mind. It's what's keeping them in these games.
Fourth fewest points allowed. Thing is, they have scored the second fewest points. They've only scored one more point than the Roughnecks this year.
Yeah, their offense, especially last weekend,
was brutal. They couldn't do it. They had that one big play. You take that one big play away, how much do they really produce?
Also, shout out to you, Eric. The UFL website, it does have advanced stats too.
Dude, I'm looking at it right now. It's
beautiful, right?
Yeah.
Jared commenting on YouTube, I heard Kenji Bohar might be coming in for the Roughnecks. I actually might prefer him. He looked pretty good. He looked pretty good for his time on the Gamblers. He was hit or miss a lot of the time, but when he was on, that dude was on. And for the Renegades, better showing. Still a loss, but still a better showing. They need to get a run game. They definitely need a run game. Up next, plus 750, we have the Shodies, the Memphis Showboats. They haven't really moved much.
Did that game tell you more about the Showboats or the Brahmas?
I think so I believed that the Showboats would be second half chokers because even though they won and they looked really good in week 1, they let the Roughnecks kind of sneak back into that game. These second half performances from the Showboats are concerning. Especially the offensive struggles in the second half are surprising to me. This will be a big showing what they do against the Stallions. I just want them to at least keep it competitive. But
and one real quick thing. How about Bates with another 60-yarder?
Crazy.
And also speaking about Memphis, granted, DC looked great. St. Louis looked great. Michigan, the optics are a little bit they're a little bit different, but they did have a big crowd there. Could we see a situation where next year Memphis is off the boat because of their attendance numbers?
If we go purely by numbers, I think we have to. I think it's probably Memphis and Detroit right now.
And that are two lowest?
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
Let me see if I can find the actual tweet because my boy, shout out Mike Mitchell, has that all that right there. But let's keep going through the futures. Houston is pitiful. Yes, they are. Up next, we have the DC Defenders at plus 550. I don't know.
Offense still didn't look good.
Yeah, offense didn't look great. I guarantee you, like Greg, he's gonna hurt them on defense the way he calls this defense. He'll hurt them eventually. It will hurt. Okay, so I got this one. Then I'm gonna do. Okay. Up next, San Antonio Brahmas plus 450. Already missed the train.
Yeah.
You missed the train.
They're looking good, but you're buying them at their peak right now. You just gotta wait,
Dude. And like, what was that first half just from offensive play calling?
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
Abysmal play calls. Like Erik was there. I was screaming about swing passes the whole game.
Yeah.
Brutal for like fans like me, especially what they showed in week 1. At plus 425, you have the St. Louis Battlehawks.
Mm-hmm.
Big upgraded in showing in week 2. They looked way better in week 2.
Yeah, they're home. They get that bet energy. You know, they pushed my first half bet, which was a little bit disappointing, but this is more kind of what we expected to see from them.
I agree. And then at the top, Birmingham Stallions plus 190. Also would be buying them at their peak at this point. They look good, though.
Yeah.
I don't know how long they're going to keep up this 2 quarterback situation they're rolling with.
I hate 2 quarterbacks. It's like, dude, just fucking pick someone and go.
Bigger, I'm calling it right now. The Battlehawks will lose to San Antonio this week, but make the title game. Oh. I like that take. That's a fun take.
Herm coming in.
Erik, I have the crowd sizes for week 2 attendance numbers right in front of me.
Oh, I already looked them up.
Okay.
I got
the people. Obviously, St. Louis is number 1. They set a record for modern day, like anything post 90s spring football, but with 40,317. Then DC with 15,000. Memphis with 8,700. And the Michigan Panthers at 7,475.
That's a lot of people.
What I've heard from Panthers fans is that they've done a really bad job of scheduling the Panthers. Like last week, they were playing at the exact same time as like the Red Wings and the Tigers and other things going on in Detroit. Also, I've heard that the tickets for the Panthers didn't go out until like 2 weeks before the season started.
I mean, Tigers got buzz about them. Red Wings are battling for the playoffs.
Yeah.
I mean, if those are going on, they're going to be up against it. They're going to be up against it, yeah.
I wonder, so they have, I think, 2 more home games, 1 or 2 more home games to kind of show out. We'll see. I'm looking forward to it. And then also, looking back at the past, just because we talked about it a little bit, the TV ratings, Erik. I want your take on the TV ratings for week 2.
Okay.
San Antonio, Memphis, 718,000.
Can't complain about that.
Renegades, Battlehawks, 908,000 on ABC. The first one was on ESPN, so 718,000 on ESPN. 908,000 on ABC on Saturday, and that was, remember, Saturday night.
Against the Final Four.
Yep.
That's impressive.
And then Sunday, Stallions, Panthers, 903,000 on ESPN. And
okay.
Roughnecks, Defenders, 849,000 on Fox. They did say the peak of Fox got up to 1.3 million.
Oh, wow. That's, if you're putting those numbers, you can't complain at all. That's good.
I think it's good for the start. I think it's a good start. I want to see, like, they're already, these are like dwarfing the numbers either league had in last year at this time.
But I mean, this is kind of going to be the thing where we got to see, because we're going to be moving on to week 3. Is it going to be able to be? Are we going to see like this?
Well, week 3.
Well, we don't want to see it like this.
Week 3, what? We have the Masters coming?
Yeah. A tradition like no other.
True. But I think we'll be okay. These numbers show me like it's not a big drop off from week 1 to week 2, which is usually where you see it.
Mm-hmm.
Last news before we actually get into the games, and before we get that, I want Eric's takes on week 2. Destroying the kicker for San Antonio, out for the season.
Did I miss that? What happened?
Yeah, he made a tackle in the game and hurt his neck. Has a neck injury, out for the season.
Jesus, dude. You got to protect yourself, big man.
Bad form. It was bad form. On a kickoff. Hurt his neck on a kickoff. Bad form with tackling. It sucks that we didn't get to see him make a field goal. We didn't even get to see him really attempt a field goal.
Yeah.
Because he was one of the bigger guys in the league. So that hurts, but I'm rooting for him. I hope he has a good recovery. And before we get to the picks, Eric, 3 takeaways from you on week 2. I like putting you on the spot.
With the new kickoff rule, you have more. With their kickoff rule, excuse me, I said the new one because the NFL is changing it. My apologies. The game seems to be played between the 35s a lot more.
It really does.
That's one. Number 2, the 4th down onside kick rule means even if you have no chance of putting yourself in a position to win, you're going to have a chance to put yourself in a position to win. And because of that, I really do feel like, what was the last game we were watching?
We were watching, that was Sunday night, right?
What was the one like where I was going crazy about why didn't they take the 3 points?
That wasn't San Antonio. I think that was Sunday night. That would have been Sunday night. Shoot.
It wasn't the Defenders game. Maybe it was the Michigan game.
Was it the Panthers?
I don't know,
yeah, it was. It was the Panthers.
Anytime you have a chance
Giants
to put points on the board, I feel you have to do it in this league because of the 4th down play. Like when trailing, if that makes sense. Like, why go? You know what I mean? Like, you take the points, you have a chance to get 9. You can like make up a lot of ground quickly. But if you need mathematically, you're down 12, you're down 10, or whatever, kick that 3, and then you have that 4th down play to try to get it.
Only in the 4th quarter.
Yeah.
But I'm with you. Like you were yelling at the beginning of the game. You're always a fan of taking points for the most part.
Oh, always. And then I don't understand these guys that aren't going for 3 every single time.
I also don't get it. I don't get, so the percentages, I guess, say 2 is the better option. It's a little bit safer. I don't understand going for 1 at all. Because if you look all the way back to 2020's XFL, where we've had these rules for 5 weeks in 2020, a full season in 2023, and now what we have now, the stats for going for 1 and going for 2 are almost identical percentage-wise for how often they get it.
Yeah, so just don't go for 1.
Why are you going for 1 at all?
Makes 0 sense, my friend.
Like going for 3, there's a drop-off, I guess.
Yeah.
But 1 and 2, it's almost identical. It makes no sense. Eric, my one takeaway that I want to add on that is, like, I feel like the kickers are kind of becoming the face of this league a little bit.
Bates is going to be in the league for sure.
Bates will be in the league. I did see some takes that pissed me off where some people were saying, oh, he should just not kick anymore because this is as high as his stock's going to be.
Which, I mean, like, realistically, they're not wrong. You know what I mean? Like, but why not kick more? You could.
But, like, so off of 3 kicks?
Yeah, that's true.
Like, he hasn't kicked before this since high school.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like you'd want to see consistency out of these guys.
Yeah, that's true.
That'd be my thought. Shout out Herb. Congrats on the win, buddy. Congrats on the San Antonio win. Eric, but now we look towards the future. Week 3. Week 3 is a very pivotal week for me. I'd say the 3 biggest weeks in the spring football season are weeks 1, 3, 5. After that, maybe like week 8 or 9. But the biggest ones for me are 1, 3, and 5.
Why is that?
One, because you got to start off with a bang. You need to start off with a bang in these spring leagues, especially on year 1. Year 3, that's where you start to really see the separation. Year 3 is where like the teams really cement themselves and be like, okay, these teams are better or worse than all of these other teams. And week 5 is where everything just kind of gets flipped on its like that. Week 5 is everything kind of changes. Week 5 we'll see overs. We'll see like if unders have been hitting crazy, we'll see overs. If overs have been hitting crazy, we'll see unders. We'll see like upsets. Week 5 is like the chaos week.
Just chaos. I love it.
But week 3 is where we start to see like, especially with the matchups we have. We have like Defenders, Renegades. Both these teams trying to like clamor in the XFL division, trying to like gauge their spot. The Renegades kind of need a win. The Defenders need to like show themselves here. Showboat Stallions. Like in the USFL league, these are probably the 2 top teams right now. Can the Showboats actually show something? Or are the Stallions just cementing themselves on top of that division and maybe the league? Roughnecks, Panthers, 2 bottom teams in the league right now, especially after last week, needing to like shake the monkey off their back. And then Battlehawks, Brahmas, probably 2 of the top offenses battling it out. The matchups this week are incredible.
And plus, you got, let's face it, if the Arlington and Houston don't win, they're done.
Yeah, I think so. Like, I get the Renegades had that crazy end of the season last year. It's different. Like, in their division, they had the Orlando Guardians and the Vegas Vipers, 2 of the worst teams I have ever seen.
Yeah, think of it like this.
No, they were like locked into the playoffs last year, basically.
So basically, if the Defenders win this, because they play the Defenders this week.
Yep.
If the Defenders win, they're 2 up on them. And then the Brahmas plays St. Louis, so one team's going to be 3-0, the other team's going to be or 2-1. You know what I mean?
No, there will be. If San Antonio wins, there'll be 3-0.
I know that's what I'm saying.
I see what you're saying.
It's either going to be 3 teams at 2-1, or it's going to be a 3-0, 2-1, 1-2. But I think we give St. Louis, because of their brand, a little bit more of a pass, if that makes sense, than we do.
I think so too.
But I really feel like with the Arlington, they're at home against the Defenders, who haven't looked good. It's put up or shut up time for them. If they lose this, they're done. Same thing with the Roughnecks, who are traveling to Michigan. The over-under that game's 38. Both these, you look at it right now, total yards. Are you ready to get blown away?
Blow me.
Total yards.
Pause.
Roughnecks, 461. Panthers, 485. The Roughnecks have yet to rush for 100 yards in 2 games. They have 92 total rushing yards in 2 games. How are you going to be able to run against that Michigan front? That is a little bit of, a concern for me. This is going to be a defensive game where you're going to have to, how can I say this? The first team to F up is going to lose, because neither of these offenses are going to be able to blow the doors open. Honestly, and the spread to me seems a little fishy, doesn't it?
It seems a little bit. It does a little bit. I don't know what the Roughnecks. I trust Sinet from what little I've seen of him more than I trust like EJ Perry for the Panthers. It comes back to like quarterback play for me is a big part of it.
And we're here kind of jockeying the Panthers defense, but I'm looking at the stats right now.
That's why I mentioned like eye test wise. They look great.
They've given up the 3rd most yards.
Yep.
3rd most total yards. 2nd most rushing yards.
But if you also
given up the least amount of passing yards.
Which, guess what? Roughnecks aren't great at running the ball. But also, they have played the St. Louis Battlehawks, who we posit as a good offensive team, and the Birmingham Stallions.
Yeah, so they have played the cream of the crop. You know what I mean? Are you going to see like a team, you know what I mean? Are they going to rise up because now they've kind of played the quote unquote top tier, now you're playing a bottom feeder? Are you going to get past them?
I'll also say this, through 2 weeks, I mean, it's whether or not to be seen. Through 2 weeks, no like crazy blowouts.
You just jinxed it, Jim. There's going to be some crazy
No, I
blowouts.
said it last week too. So I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it every. Eric, I'm gonna say it every week. I don't know,
guys. It's over.
I don't know if that will continue. If teams, like you say, like if Renegades lose this week and they're kind of basically out of it. If we see teams kind of like give up.
But I mean,
so
like these guys are playing for their next thing.
You're still playing for the NFL. You're still playing for film. Yeah.
Yeah. So
let's get into these picks here. DC Defenders, Arlington Renegades. Defenders are a 1.5 point road favorite heading over to Arlington. Over under set at 43.5 plus 105 on the money line over at DraftKings for the Renegades. You touching this one at all?
I mean, I really want to take the Renegades right here.
You got that? You got those stats up? What's DC's pass defense look like?
DC's passing defense. DC has given up the second most passing yards.
Give me the Renegades. They can't run the ball, but damn it, they showed last week they can pass the fuck out of the ball. They have some weapons.
Renegades have given up the most.
Yes, Renegades. I also might take the over in this game. Probably, I might. Tomu loves to sling it around. 43.5 is a lot of points. You know what, Eric? I'm dedicating myself. I'm taking a spread and a total every game. Fuck the spread on this one, though. Give me Renegade straight up plus 105. And I'm going to take the over. I'm taking over 43.5.
I mean, I'll take the Renegades here. I mean, must win playing at home. You kind of hit the nail on the head. The defenders struggle defending the pass. Renegades can obviously pass the ball. I mean, looking at it right now, they have the third most passing yards, so they're going to look to sling it. I'll take the Renegades here in a must win. I'll take them plus 125?
Plus 105 where I'm seeing it over at DraftKings. I think you could probably plan it for plus 110.
On the money line?
Yeah, I say money line. Oh, plus 1.5 is the spread.
Okay, so
I'm seeing plus 105 money line. And this is probably a live bet scenario.
You're going to be able to get plus money on both of them. I'm just probably going to play the Renegades here plus the 1.5 just because with the going for points, everything can get funky at the end.
Yep, so everything can get weird at the
end.
I'll
play the plus one, and I'll play Arlington plus 1.5.
I'm going to play Arlington money line here. Yeah, I'm going to go with the over too. I'm going with the over. Lots of points, highest over of the week, but I'm gonna go with it. Also, when I think about it, so DC has played. They played Memphis and they've played. No, they didn't play Memphis week one. They played San Antonio and they played Houston.
Yeah. So
they played one cream of the crop. Arlington has played Birmingham and St. Louis.
Yeah, so that's another thing. Like, get a little step down in comp.
Up next. So we have another 12 p.m. and 6 p.m. situation on Saturday. 6 p.m.
Which you love.
It's going to be a grueling day for me. We have the Memphis Showboats taking on the Birmingham Stallions in the Birmingham home opener. Home opener for the Stallions. The Stallions are -7 home favorites, over under of 41 plus 260 on the money line for the Showboats. Also, as a side note, not to the gambling part, Stallions kind of need to represent here. The USFL teams have been lacking in attendance.
It's been pretty bad, the USFL teams in attendance.
They haven't cracked 10,000 yet. We got to get 10,000 here in Birmingham.
This game right here, I want nothing to do with. I will not be betting this game. I will not be touching this game. If I did have to take a bet, I'd bet the Showboats for the first half just because you expect a pretty good effort after the way they blew that game. And with the Stallions and their dual quarterback system, I feel it's really hard for them to get a rhythm in the game, especially in the first half. So I would lean toward the first half for the Oh my god, I spaced on their name. I'm
For the
sorry.
Showboats.
For the showboats, but other than betting,
+4 is that number.
I would play that. I don't mind that. I'd play the +4.
+180 first half money line.
No, I wouldn't do that.
I might do that.
Should we start calling you Ron Jeremy, my friend?
I saw that, dude. I've been called Ron Jeremy 5 times in the last 2 weeks. It doesn't help that I'm getting fat too.
Jimmy, come on, man.
It's true.
You got the stash. You got the Hawaiian shirt on. That was a great catch by Cool Kev.
I love it. I love it. I'm going to take the Showboats plus the 7. I'm taking the under 41 here. The Showboats defense has been sneaky good, keeping them in a lot of these games. They've been basically like saving the offense in these second halves.
Yep.
I'm not going to sprinkle on that plus 260 money line. Can't do it. Sunday, 11 a.m. Central Time. The Houston Roughnecks head up to Detroit to take on the Michigan Panthers. The Panthers are 2.5-point home favorites, over under of 38.5, plus 124 on the money line for the Roughnecks. This one's tricky.
Common sense is under here.
I really want, under 38.5. I really want to play that. 2 staggered offenses.
On the flip side, we talked about it. Just hear me out. The kickoffs, shortened field. If someone gets a touchdown early on, which we saw Michigan have had one explosive play, this over-under is going to tick up. You know what I mean?
That's a live betting scenario for sure.
That's the thing. That's the thing. You're going to be able to play around with this number live. Excuse me. In terms of the game, my eyes tell me Michigan. The betting side of me tells me the Roughnecks.
The issue is it's a brand new quarterback that we haven't seen before, so we don't know the whole what's the offensive look like with him.
You're going to get that bump with a new quarterback. We also don't know how many reps he's been getting in practice.
Exactly.
What he can and can't do. Probably another live game, dude, as much as I hate to say it.
I'm agreeing with Erik here. Probably live. I will be taking the Roughnecks just money line plus 124. And I'm going to bet the under 38.5. I will bet that. Also, I just recommend people, if you're live betting, I'd say anything over 40, take that under.
Okay.
That's my pick for that one. And last game of the weekend, potential game of the week, 2 p.m. on Sunday, the St. Louis Battlehawks, the San Antonio Brahmas. Battlehawks are 2-point road favorites, over under 42, plus 110 on the money line for the Brahmas. Road favorite Battlehawks. I don't know. I think this is a big name thing.
I'll probably take the Brahmas here.
The first half of the Brahmas scared me a lot.
Yeah.
But when this offense is on,
it's on.
It's the best offense in the league when it's on, dude.
Yeah. When it's on, it's on.
They're fucking good. Also, this defensive line of the Brahmas against the Battlehawks offensive line, yes, please. Please.
Yep.
Like we saw what Michigan did to them.
Mm-hmm.
Give me the Brahmas here straight up, plus 110, plus 2.
I like that.
I almost want to take the over.
Really?
Almost. I'm going to take the under, but almost want to take the over. I bet the under, though. I'm betting the under.
I'm just going to take the Brahmas. I'll take the home favorite here. St. Louis got that bump from being at home, but even though they really weren't that impressive, Arlington was in him the majority of the game except toward the end.
Dude, there was like 5 lead changes in the second half.
So
the game was nuts.
I'll take the discount on the Brahmas. Give me the Brahmas plus the 2.
I agree. Again, I wish the IFL had lines here in Nebraska because I'd give you guys picks, but I can't even access them. So screw you guys. Get something with a book here in Nebraska, please, because the IFL is already in like week 4.
You know what also pisses me off?
What?
How I'm looking at DraftKings daily fantasy.
Yeah.
And it says USFL.
Yeah, they had that last year. When it was originally the USFL in the first year, I think you had to go under XFL.
Jesus, dude.
These guys just don't care.
Yeah, they're just like, hey, I want your money.
Now, what I'm seeing right now, because I know the Arena League is also coming soon. Let's see.
On the mobile app, it's UFL. Okay. All right.
Oh, so they fixed it on that. Okay, that's
All
good.
right. So I'm looking at it right now. Excuse me. Jesus, dude.
Eric's dying here.
All right. So I'm looking at the quarterback position. AJ, 10,600. Grabers, 1040. Corral, 999. Tamu, 970. Cookus, 960. EJ Perry, 930. Perez, 8,500. I kind of feel Perez would be the way to go here.
Yeah.
You know,
Don't touch any of the Stallions quarterbacks because they split time.
yeah. The running back position, which running back sticks out to you this week?
Ooh. Okay, you know what? Let me get my DraftKings lineup too. Let me get my phone. You want to make like a lineup together?
Let's make a lineup together. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna pick the quarterback. Give me Perez here.
I'm going to join with you in Perez. Give me 1 second to actually find it. So you said it was USFL on here?
Yeah, it's UFL on the DraftKings app.
On the app, okay. At the
Yeah.
app. Boom. Got it. Let's do this. Okay. I'm also going to go with Perez here. Do I go Perez? Yeah, I think I got to go Perez. Where's Sinnott? Oh, Sinnott? Do I go Sinnott? I'll go Perez. Running back, I feel McFarland would be my guy. Like, there's not too many great running backs here.
All right, so I'm gonna go down to defense. I like putting my defense in first,
Ooh,
so that
that's a
way I
sick
know how
move.
much defense. I'm gonna take the Panthers 4,000.
Defense? I'm going to take the Renegades at 3,700 because I think Tom is going to throw at least 1 or 2 picks.
Okay, running back.
Lemon, by the way, has a question. Do you guys have any hot takes? We did a whole hot takes episode if you want to look back at it, but
Renegades are gonna win this week. That's my take.
My hot take is that the Stallions will actually have someone cemented as the starting quarterback this week.
I am gonna go. My next one.
Running back, this is tough. This is tough because a lot of these teams are pretty good against the run.
So I want to take Hillis, but he's a 0 factor on the run, and he's playing against
A pretty good defense.
yeah. You know, the running game, who's the Defenders running back?
Defenders running back.
Yes, right.
There's Harris now, yeah.
He had 9 for 34. Oh, Jesus. Last week. We think that game's going to be a high-scoring game. What about him?
I don't hate it. They're like committed to trying to run the ball.
Yeah, so I'm going to take Harris here.
I'm going to go. They keep trying to feed him. I don't know if I want to go Davion Smith there.
Oh, man.
But they keep trying to feed him. Let me go. I'm going to go Arlington. I'm going to go Letty Brown.
Okay. All right.
He seems to get more play. Like they try and feed Davion Smith, but all the best plays are with Brown.
Okay. All right.
Who's your first wide receiver?
My first wide receiver. Let me look here.
Because this is where I'm spending up, baby. I'm getting the number one. I gotta put Kirkland in. I gotta put John Dre Kirkland in. He's the best receiver in the fucking game right now, dude.
Kirkland, really?
Oh, 100% against this Battlehawks defense that I think is going to be able to give up a lot of points. Yes.
All right, I'm gonna go. I'll go Kirkland with you.
I almost want to go. I almost want to go Aitman as well, but I think you're buying high. I think he had his breakout game last week. He went for like 120 and 2 touchdowns.
So how about we go the other way? What about Shepard?
Shepard's not a bad play.
Leads the league in targets, second in catches. So let's go Shepard. I'm gonna go Shepard. Okay. Let's do that. So we got Shepard here. So my lineup, I got Perez, Harris, Kirkland, Shepard, and the Panthers defense. What are you working with right now, Jim?
Perez, Brown, Kirkland, Shepard, and then I want to go with a Memphis guy. I don't know if I want Jamal Adams though.
Okay.
Oh, here's what I'm going to do. Bat against the pass, Arlington. Give me Kiki Kuti to actually have a breakout against Arlington for DC. I'm going to take that shot.
It's not bad. What is he priced at?
Kiki Kuti is 7,600.
It's not bad. See, that means I got 5,100.
I got 7,300 left.
How do you have 7,300?
So Letty Brown was 5,600, and then I went with the Renegades defense at 3,700.
Okay. Right.
Those are my saving money things. So I could double up. I feel like I got to get an Arlington guy in here to stack with my quarterback.
Why?
You don't like stacking?
Nah, it's not bad.
I do have the running back stack. So maybe not. And I have the anti-stack with Kiki Kuti.
Okay, I got one. I'm going to go Sal.
You going to go Sal Cannella?
Renegades are playing the defenders.
I like it.
Bad against the fast. You look at it right here. Granted, he only has, what is it? What am I looking at here? He has, where are we at here, Sal? Yards. What was I looking at for Sal? There was something that stood out for Sal. I couldn't find it.
Well, while you're looking for that, Nick has a question. Nick Vitale. What are the 2 best, strongest bets for this week 3 coming up as of right now? Also, shout out Nick. He's been DMing me, Eric, like his takes and reasoning and whatnot. He's been writing like novels for why he's going for what. I'll send him over to you.
I look forward to reading him.
My favorite bet this week is probably Brahma's straight up money line, by the way.
Okay.
It's my favorite bet. That's what I'm saying, Nick.
My favorite bet is Arlington.
I really like that one too. Since I have the money.
What about Davis for the Showboats?
What's he been getting play wise?
13 catches, 1 tutty, 19 targets through 2.
I don't hate that. I think since I have the money, I'm gonna take a shot. I don't like that I have 2 San Antonio guys. If I take Shepard, I was gonna take a shot on Aitman as well if I have the money for it.
So this is my lineup.
No.
Perez, Harris, Kirkland, Shepard, Cannella, Davis, and the Panthers defense.
Let me get my last guy in here.
And that's what I'm rolling with right there.
Okay, here's mine. Perez, Brown, Kirkland, Shepard, Kuti, Latimer. With Cody Latimer for the Brahmas.
Okay.
And the Renegades defense. So I'm not playing anyone on Michigan. I'm not playing anyone on Houston. I'm not playing anyone on Birmingham.
Okay.
I'm playing exclusively Arlington, San Antonio, St. Louis, and DC.
Okay. I gotcha.
I'm in the books.
DC's running back, got a piece of the Brahmas game, got a piece of St. Louis, stacking, big selling Perez, got Davis for Memphis, got the Michigan's defense, kind of staying away from the Michigan-Houston game. I think I had exposure everywhere else, right?
I think so.
Yeah, so I think I'm looking pretty good. So
I will also probably Saturday morning be giving out some underdog plays.
Ooh.
Because UFL's on underdog now.
Oh, interesting.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, it is.
Interesting.
My one last hot take before we sign off here is that if the Showboats beat the Stallions, then the Stallions are then in trouble. My hot take to start the season with the Stallions don't make the fucking playoffs. It's not looking great. They look great. They look really good.
Pretty good.
They look really good. I don't know. Well, I'll have hot takes. My cold take is that I'll throw my voice out again. I still haven't fully recovered from Saturday.
I haven't even recovered from Saturday, dude.
It's been brutal. Absolutely brutal. Erik, any parting thoughts for the people?
Let's hope we get a good week.
We've gotten 2 so far. Let's make it a 3rd.
Yep.
Let's make it a fucking 3rd. We love you guys. This has been Spring Fever. We'll see you guys next time talking some UFL. Love you guys. Bye bye bye. Bye 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 bye.